Hi, Viper. Alright. Time to continue this game. I was gonna play the messenger, but no one seems to be on that I normally race with, so not playing that. Alright, last time Maya was kidnapped. Well, at least we were able to get Mr. Matangard as our client. And we know that he didn't do it, which is very important. So what should we do? Well, the trial is tomorrow, and we only get this one chance. There's only one way to prove Mr. On Guard's innocence. We have to find the real killer. Okay, then let's start looking. Can I talk to you? No. Ah, the lawyer dude. So what did you find out? Well, still in the middle of investigating. I'm still in the middle of investigating. Alright, so they go to the Steel Samurai, or Nickel Samurai? I think it's Nickel Samurai now. TV show thing. And, someone was murdered. As interesting as, someone being murdered at a circus? Yeah. I see. And this is the guy who they think killed the other guy, who they're like rivals. This guy's I think this guy's the Nickel Samurai, and the other guy's the Jammin Ninja, and the Jammin Ninja lost. And then he died because someone killed him. And then this guy was obviously framed. And then we figured out that Maya was kidnapped because we got a call from the killer. I should have gotten you caught up. But I've already told you everything I know, dude. Let's talk to him again, because I forgot everything you told me. Can you tell me about your activities last night? After I got the award, I took a break and went back to my room. I had that post-ceremony stage show to do. So I was in my Nickel Samurai costume. And you were alone the entire time? My manager was running around being busy, so yeah. Because of the press conference you were supposed to hold after the show? I told you, dude. I have no idea about any press conference, alright? That's strange. I thought the Nickel Samurai was going to confess something. Anyway, when I was leaving my room, that's when I noticed it was kinda noisy. Mr. Korida, that's the guy who is the Jammin Ninja who is killed. Mr. Korida was already dead at that time. Yeah, that's what I gathered anyway from my manager. I'm beginning to gather that this guy can't do a thing on his own. And that's when the detective in the green coat showed up. He searched me, and then out of the blue, the dude arrested me. About you and the victim, Mr. Juan Corrida, what sort of That's got nothing to do with anything, dude. Man, the face of his, you can't even tell he's the same age as me. And he wanted to try to make a Jammin' Ninja movie, even though we all know it failed. Nickel Samurai still won in the end, right? Yeah, I took the Grand Prix by storm. So why would I, the winner, have any reason to kill the guy anyway? Dude, you'd think it'd be the other way around, you know? Alright, I guess we're going to the hotel. Oh great, not this again. Hey, what are you doing? What do you think you're doing? You can't come in without... Good morning. Hold on, it's you! What are you going on, what is going on around here? I heard poor Juan was killed, is that true? It's a bad rerun, is what this is. Another Steel Samurai doing the most evil of deeds. You know, that's not entirely... I'll have you know that I was a huge fan of Juan's. Why, oh why, do all the stars I'm interested in drop one by one like flies? So he's been there, oh no. Actually I wanted to ask you about the murder and what happened. Humph, don't push me, boy. Mr. Nick? I couldn't hear everything she said because she was talking too fast. Miss Oldbag, could you please speak a little slower? Don't boss me around, you spiky-haired smarty pants. Rat-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. My dear Hammer died a year ago in that dreadful murder. And only recently did I finally find a star that makes this heart go ba-dump again. I don't know what to say. I ask you, why does every star I cheer for always ends up kicking the bucket? I'd watch your words, no one's going to get away with saying anything bad about my Juan. But I haven't said anything. Well, I don't believe a word that woman says anyway. Huh? What woman? That irritating backwater girl with the afro and the horrible country accent. Oh, Lada. I mean, what is that manner of speaking supposed to be? And why does she never stop? Honestly, women these days, they don't know. Oh. Girls, are you thirsty? A little. Okay, I'll go get you some juice or something. Thank you very much. Hey, are you paying attention? Youngins today. So I'm guessing this old bag heard everything from Lada. Looks like the investigation is still in full swing. The hotel staff and the police are running around like a bunch of headless chickens. I wonder if we can do any investigating of our own in this kind of atmosphere. What is that emote? Is that a hexagon? Pepe? Well, got to roll up the sleeves and try, I guess. Now there's no music. Hey, you're here. Been waiting for ya, Mr. Lawyer. Lotta. Hey, Mr. Cop fella. The thief showed his face. Oh great, she's working with the detective. What? What? Arrest him. Put him on trial. Find him guilty. Give him the death penalty. What's wrong, Lotta? Are you feeling alright? Looked here and there, and up and down the mountain, but it ain't here. So why don't you just hurry up and give it back to me, you creep? What are you looking for? My camera! C-A-M-E-R-A. It's my lifeblood. I'm gonna die without my $700 camera. Your camera? Look, don't lots of people say the criminal always goes back to the scene of the crime? And looky, here ya are. Yep, here I am, faced with a lot of trouble. Huh? So you lost your camera? It ain't no ordinary camera. You buy it in a store and it's $1,600 brand new. I thought you said it was $700. Huh? But didn't you just say you bought it for $700? I had a nice long talk with the guy at the store, about 5 hours I reckon. Made this itty bitty scratch on it, and the manager got all huffed in the face. He gave me his talking to and was real mean about it too. He done made me cry at that. When did you lose your camera? Last night after the murder happened. Must have been when I was busy running around looking into things. That's when I lost sight of my dear, darling, expensive sweetie. Lotta, what did you capture with that expensive camera of yours? I don't rightly know. I snapped a shot of anything that caught my eye. So I don't remember. And besides, I couldn't get anything for my big scoop. I wonder if Lotta's missing camera is even connected to the murder. A very expensive item valued at $1,600 was stolen around the time of the murder. Lotta, please tell me what you know about what happened at the time of the murder. Well, before the ceremony last night, I was hanging around here in this area. Yeah, actually, I was here until around the time Mr. Ungard was arrested. What were you doing here? You sure you went to school, city boy? Whenever Lotta Hart goes, there's a story to be found. A big scoop to be had. A big scoop? I told you before, I'm not gonna be the best tabloid photographer the world's ever seen. Or I am going to be. Reckon, course, that means I'm always looking for the perfect shot. I wonder what scoop she was after this time. Although I was also on the lookout for the other stars that were here. So maybe I wasn't here the entire time. Lotta, are you sure you weren't here the entire time? So you could take a picture for your big scoop? Well, maybe I was, but that's what real journalists do. I got some juicy inside info, so I thought to myself, why not get a picture for proof? What kind of story was it that you would hang around here? Oh, Lotta's going to lie to us. Oops, sorry, Mr. Lawyer, can't be telling you that. Trade secret, you know. Not again, why does everyone have something to hide? We've been stopped, haven't we? Haha, yeah, take that, Mr. Lawyer. I'm glad someone around here is happy. Miss Lotta and your I rule smile. What's in On Guard's room? Where are we? We're in Mr. Matt On Guard's dressing room. This is our client's room. May I help you with something? Where? You're Mr. On Guard's lawyer, correct? I gathered as much. I also looked for lawyers on my end, but to no avail. How did you know I'm his lawyer? You were just saying that he is your client. In a situation like this, the only person who would use such a word would be his lawyer. Wow. It's a simple deduction, really. The trial is tomorrow, and Mr. On Guard's situation is looking rather grim. So you came here, one stop in your mad dash to find clues to build his case, correct? Well, you're not totally right, but you're not totally off either. It's really not the time to be showing off, Mr. Nick. I'm Adrian Andrews. I hate to waste time, so let's get down to business. Alright. Maybe of small stature, but appearances can be deceiving. Hold on while I just examine all this stuff. It's probably Mr. On Guard's suitcase. Someone who is only going to be here for the award show, this is a lot of stuff. Looks like he has about 3 days worth of clothes in here. Stars really are different from us, aren't they? There's some samurai-looking clothes on the sofa here. I think that jacket-looking thing is called a happy. Whatever it is, I'm sure something like that would make a great souvenir. Maya would be absolutely thrilled. Yeah, Maya would steal it. That's the bedroom over there. That's a bed? Wow, they have really big beds here. Looks like dishes left over from dinner. A dinner for two at that. I'm sure they're Mr. On Guard and Miss Andrews' plates. Looks like they had T-bone steaks. What's with Global Studios and T-bone steaks? Yeah, I remember that being a big part of the trial before that I didn't get. Hey, why is a knife missing here? There's a giant bone sitting on the plate. I don't really like meat. There's something weird about this plate. I just wish I could put my finger on what it is. It's the knife. The knife is missing. I assume the first thing you need to know is what everyone was doing that night, correct? Yes, that is correct. Then I will tell you. Before the award ceremony, I had dinner with Mr. Ungard. In this very room, I might add. Dinner? What did you eat? I told you, I hate to waste time with trifling details. If you took a look at the table yourself, you wouldn't need to ask me. Bet she's a lot of fun at parties. When the award show was starting, I headed for Viola Hall. And after the show ended, you came back to this room? No, I had some small errands to run. I helped with the preparations in the lobby. Oh, preparations for the post-ceremony show, I guess. When it was time for the post-ceremony show, I came back to call for Mr. Ungard. After that, I went to visit Mr. Korda. And that's when you found his body, isn't it? You really held strong through everything. Yeah, she does seem to be mentally tough as nails. So about you and... Stop right there. You aren't seriously about to ask how Mr. Ungard and I are related, are you? Sorry. I have no idea how he could choose you as his lawyer. Why did she have to go and say something like that? Mr. Nick, calm down and hang in there. I'll give you a shoulder rub to relieve your stress later, alright? I already gave you my name earlier, but I'll add that I'm Mr. Ungard's manager. His manager. Speaking of managers, did the victim Mr. Korda have one? No, he did not. He didn't? Global Studios has a very different policy from Worldwide Studios, in that Worldwide Studios does not assign individual managers to their stars. I see. This industry is very ruthless and unforgiving. Actually, you look quite ruthless and unforgiving yourself to your poor partner. Dragging a little girl like her to places like this, honestly. You're wrong, I'm doing this to help Mystic Maya. Pearls, calm down and hang in there. I'll buy you a juice later, alright? Have you seen this camera? You were the one taking care of the arrangements for this press conference, right? Yes, that's right. But Mr. Ungard said he didn't know about it. Is that what he said? Huh? Actually, I didn't know all the details either. It was a request from the publicity department. All I did was help out and do what I was asked. Oh, I see. I wonder about that. I wouldn't take her to be the type of person to do something without knowing the details. I asked to become Mr. Angard's manager. He's a pleasure to manage with his nice disposition. Mr. Angard does seem like a rather weak-willed man, always doing as he's told. He's always saying, "My manager," right, Mr. Nick? Did you know the victim, Mr. Corrida? Yes, I knew him. World is such a small place, after all. Did you know about his rivalry with the Nickel Samurai? Honestly, they were like children when it came to that. Time and time again, those two competed with each other over the most trivial things. If either one of them wasn't so stubborn, then maybe no one would have needed to die. I've got a hunch this woman knows more than she's letting on. She must know why Juan Corrida was killed. Tell me about yourself. I hate talking about myself. It's a trifling matter, that's why. Sorry. Take away that layer of sarcasm and she really does seem to hate herself. That's Mr. Will Powers. He's an actor contracted with Global Studios. He's a very nice man, a man with a good heart. But that's all he is and ever will be. Irk, what a horrible thing to say. Society doesn't care about genuinely nice people, Mr. Wright. Huh? For a second, her face twisted in pain. I wonder if something happened to Miss Andrews. I don't know why I'm saving so much. Do you have any ideas as to why Mr. Corrida was murdered? Why would you ask me about such a thing? I'm just doing my job, so do you have any ideas? She's lying. Wow. Miss Andrews? Sorry, but there's nothing more I have to add on this conversation. There's 4 psychologues. I need 4 pieces of evidence to unlock her thing. Is it a psychologue, Mr. Nick? Yes. There's getting to be more and more of these lately. Let's go into Corrida's room. What is going on here? Why are there so many bears? Mr. Nick, where are we? We're in Mr. Juan Corrida's room, Pearls. Mr. Corrida? The victim. Which makes this the crime scene, too. Oh, it's you! So, what's happened? The kidnapper. Has he contacted you again? Not yet. He probably won't until we win Mr. Angard's acquittal. You doing okay, pal? Hanging in there? I just want Maya to be alright. We don't have a lot of time left, but I'm going to help you as much as I can, pal. Can you do that, even if we want to look around the crime scene? Just this once. Special circumstances, right, pal? I'll even tell you everything I know, but you've gotta keep quiet. It's my neck on the line here. Thank you. Oh, that's right. I got you guys a map of the hotel, pal. Here you go, little missy. Wow, you're giving it to me? Thank you. Haha, wouldn't want you to get lost in a hotel too big for its own good. Mr. Nick, I've got a map. That's great, Pearls. But Mr. Nick, I can't read what it says. Okay, let's examine the bears. Wow, there are a lot of bears. Alarm clock ones, collector's editions, stuffed teddies, plastic models. It's pretty overwhelming. Is there a kind of bear he doesn't have? There's even a few in the trash can. Yeah, I get the feeling maybe the guy didn't really like bears. Poor teddies. It's hard to bear with all these problems. Growl. I don't think I want to bear with the trauma the last case caused me. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? It's a suitcase. There are so many things in it that I bet it barely closes. There's his clothes, a dryer, an electric shaver, a calculator. Do all stars pack too much stuff like Mr. Corda? It's so messy here. Pearls really likes things neat and tidy, I take it. There are a lot of electronic things in here that I've never seen before. Hey, Mr. Nick, tell me what they are, pretty please? Okay, that one over there is a watch. You wear it on your wrist. I know what a watch is. Oops. For a second there, I forgot I was talking with Pearls, not Maya. Not quiet. There are all sorts of things in this refrigerator. The carrot juice bottle and the tomato juice bottle are both empty. Empty? Too much of a hassle to throw them away, I guess. They're all vegetable juices. I guess he's must have been a real health nut. Oh, there's a beet, some ketchup, and a bottle of strawberry jam, too. Maybe red was his favorite color? Where was he murdered? I don't see any blood. Wait, what was his death caused by? Completely forgot. Oh, I don't have a thing. I guess I'll get it from Gumshoe. Cause of death, there we go. Do you know what was the cause of death? Well, technically, the final autopsy report isn't out yet, but I need the updated autopsy report. You know what happened last time. One look at the victim should tell you, pal. It should? Yeah, here's a picture. Great. It's the knife. There's a knife in his chest. Yeah, pal, that's the murder weapon. So he was stabbed to death. They're looking at the fingerprints down at the lab right now. There were fingerprints on the knife? Yep. And it looks like they're pretty sure they're Mr. Unguard's prints, pal. That's bad, real bad. Why was Mr. Unguard arrested? Because we had evidence on him. Evidence? Looks like the victim, Juan Corda, really put up a big fight. Yeah, one look at the crime scene and you can tell. There's signs of a struggle everywhere. Well, yeah, during the fight, his button came off. Mr. On Guard said something about a button. Something like, one of the Jammin' Ninja's buttons got caught in his hakama. But that's not all. What? There was a witness, pal. A witness? Who is it? That lady, Miss Oldbag. Yeah, sure. She's a witness. I doubt it. Please, anyone but her. The prosecution has plenty of evidence to make a solid case. Not to mention, there's something around where the Vic was that's a little off. Something that's a little off, as in, that's for you to figure out, pal. Alright, let's try to figure it out, Mr. Nick. Alright, let's slide. Looks like Mr. Corda had a dinner last night. This bottle, it's tomato juice. We had a lot of food at the award show last night. But I wonder if the stars had gone on stage after only eating a meager meal like this. Bottles of cosmetics are scattered all over the floor. This is probably where Mr. Corda fought his assailtant. I don't think that's a word. Assailant. What are these bits of glass from? A flower vase, maybe? There are flowers on the floor, but I don't know what they are. You don't know much about flowers, do you, Nick? Mr. Nick. This is a guitar case, I guess. A little beat up, but still usable. That's strange, the guitar is not here. Maybe he forgot to bring it to the show? But Mystic Maya, she said the bright red guitar was the Jammin' Ninja's signature item. That's true. Huh? This guitar case is wet. But it's only wet on the top of the lid. Yeah, there's no water inside the case. This is water, isn't it? It's a beautiful wine glass, and there's tomato juice in it. Ew, tomato juice. I don't really like it much. There's a bottle of it on the table over there. That's probably where this came from. But it doesn't it seem weird? What seems weird? I mean, everything else is scattered all over the floor. But the tomato juice isn't. Like someone put it there after this happened. She's right. The flower vase was broken and the makeup was strewn everywhere. Why is this glass the only thing that's still alright? So that's a bed, right? Yup, it's big, but it's a bed. Ah, Mr. Nick, it's so soft. Big beds must be a rarity for her. This is a crime scene, don't mess with the bed. Is this a robot bear? ask him about the wine class. So about this wine class. Ah, so you noticed it, pal. The whole crime scene was a mess, but this glass was the only thing that was untouched. You noticed that too, Detective Gumshoe. No, actually, Miss Von Karma noticed it first. Yeah, Pearls noticed it before me too. Hey, wait a minute. So does that mean Miss Von Karma's here at the hotel? Yeah, she's around. Man, you're going to be in so much trouble, pal. Especially if she catches you in here. Well, you can bet the instant I see her, I'll be running the 1,000 meter dash. That isn't good. What's that beeping noise, Mr. Nick? I've heard this sound somewhere before. It's Miss Von Karma! It's Miss Von Karma. Huh? For some reason, whenever I hear that sound, she pops out of nowhere and whips me. Come to think of it, that's exactly what happened the last time. Sorry, gotta make myself scarce later, pal. Ow! At last, you reveal your true nature, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Gold. Would it be too much to ask for you to be nice to me for a change? So you're the type to steal information from pitifully hopeless detectives. That's very dishonorable of you. Ow! Hey, don't you dare run away, Scruffy McTrenchcoat. Ah. I didn't think the detectives of this country could be this pitiful. Ah. Detective, come over here for a second. Ow. I feel better knowing at least you were man enough to face your punishment. He was so scared he just froze up on the spot. Mr. Phoenix Wright, you have soiled my perfect prosecution record. I'll never forget that. This time, victory is mine. Victory is yours? Is that all this means to you? What? Come, Scruffy. The investigation briefing is about to begin. Yes, sir. This isn't over yet. I swear on my family's honor. Ow, what did she throw at me now? What is this? Well, I guess this means I've got to get back to the precinct now, pal. If you ever need me, come down to the Criminal Affairs Department, alright? And if you can, try not to let Miss Von Karma see you. Wait, did I see, her camera in here? I don't see her camera. You'd think it'd be here somewhere, because she was getting her big scoop. Oh wait, what's this? Mr. Nick, what's this piece of paper? It's called an autograph. Autograph? The paper's got Mr. Corda's name written on it, so it's his autograph. I can't read it at all. To be honest, I've never seen writing that looks like this. Ah, it's a special way of writing called cursive. Look here. See how it says, "To my dearest Wendy," in more normal letters here? This is sloppy, unreadable writing. It's crazy and cruel to give this to someone. Hold on. Wendy, I've heard that name somewhere before. Wendy Oldbag. We gotta give it to Wendy Oldbag. Maybe she has the camera, then we give her the autograph in exchange for the camera. That's what I'm thinking. Alright, who's gonna be here? Oh, Mr. Wright, how are you? Ah, Mr. Powers, have you been here the entire time? Yeah, people connected to the murder aren't allowed to go home, let alone leave. Can you tell me a little more about the Nickel Samurai TV show? Okay. The Nickel Samurai is an action hero program aimed towards kids. It's the sequel to the Steel Samurai. I see. This time, there are 3 samurai brothers. Aluminum Samurai, Tin Samurai, and of course the Nickel Samurai. And it's a Love Y in Neo-Old Tokyo. I see. Wait. Love what? A Love Y. This girl, Sayo, works at a tea shop, and all 3 guys fall for her at the same time. Oh, I guess the Y shape is like the 3 brothers colliding over this one girl. Anyway, Sayo is actually the daughter of the evil Strawberry Clan's leader. Sounds like an unusual situation, like Romeo and Juliet times 3. Yeah. Strange thing is, this sort of forbidden love story is really big with the office ladies. Yes, Pearls? What happens next? I wanna know. Miss Sayo. Does Miss Sayo fall in love? She does, doesn't she? Every Sunday at 8 a.m. I'm going to stop watching Kids Masterpiece Theater starting this week. I can't believe she's really considering it. Yeah, because Phoenix loves that show. I don't know why. So, what's the Jammin' Ninja TV show like? It started from a remake of an old movie, to tell you the truth. The Jammin' Ninja, like the samurai shows, is geared towards kids. It's the story of a ninja who can't scale a wall, but became a big pop star anyway. What? He was a really lousy ninja, absolutely couldn't do any ninja things right at all. But boy, could he sing! With his trusty bright red guitar in hand, he took the ancient world by storm. A ninja with a bright red guitar? And then, the final fight in front of his beloved Princess Misola. Jammin' versus the Muromachi 5. Suddenly, our brave hero catches a not-so-jammin' cold the night before Battle 3. Aw, that's too bad for him. Yeah. But this kind of pop music-based love story is something high school girls really like. Yes, Pearls? What happens next? I want to know. The Jammin' Ninja, will he be able to sing? What about Princess Misola? Every Sunday at 8 a.m. You can't watch both of them. Which show should I watch? Can't believe she's really considering it. Boop boop boop. Boop 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 boop. That guitar case, that was Juan's. I'm guessing you've seen this case before. It's pretty famous by now. It stands out because it holds the bright red guitar. The bright red guitar, the Jammin' Ninja's signature item. But if the guitar is so important, how could he forget it for the award ceremony? That does seem a little strange. This guy is not very helpful. I can't believe it! A kidnapping! Do you remember what the person looked like who gave this to you? It was that bellboy, and I didn't suspect a thing because he looked like such a normal old man, with a zipper down his face. Old man, huh? Wait, what's going on in this photo? It's kind of weird because the case is open, meaning someone took the guitar? I don't know. After he murdered him? Or whoever murdered him. Can I ask you what happened now? I want to ask you about what happened around the time of the murder. I don't know anything about that. I was here getting ready. Getting ready for what? The show, of course. Well, and the press conference afterwards. Cue mysterious music for the magical press conference. Anyway, I don't know anything about the murder. I see. But if you're talking about what I saw, that's different. I saw it very clearly. What? I saw the most important moment of the night. The most important moment? You don't mean... Oh, so you treat me with respect, So now you treat me with respect, you disrespectful child. When you speak to your elders, you should always be polite. Really, kids today. Please tell me, what did you see? Cyclops. Jeez, how many Cyclops are these people gonna have? The murder last night was gruesome, wasn't it? But then, what murder isn't? Please don't stray onto another tangent, please. If you want to hear more, then show your respect and bring this lady a present. I guess I'm bringing her a present. Alright, I'll be honest with you for now. Then please tell us what you saw. But aw, what a waste. And here I have a perfectly good chance to have a little fun at your youngin's expense. I am a little devil after all. Doesn't that imply you aren't a good person? Alright, I'll give you what you want. That's Juan's autograph. Yes, it is. And it even says, "To my dearest Wendy" on it. That's me, right? Right? My name is Wendy Oldbag, so that Wendy has to be me, right? Well, it may say Wendy, but somehow I don't think Juan had this Wendy in mind when he signed it. Oh, please give it to me. Let me have it, please. I can't let you have it just like that. Yes, yes, I know. Then how about an exchange? Wow, she must really want this autograph. My offer isn't good enough for you? Fine, Mr. Wright, you win. Wendy Oldbag, ready to open up her heart, all for my dearest Juan. Well, all the Cyclops are gone. That was really easy. Autograph given to Wendy, dearest. I feel bad for you now. Huh? I tell you, I saw him that night. I saw him coming out of Juan's room. You're kidding. Oh no. It was about 10 minutes before Juan's body was discovered. It was just a coincidence. I was on my way to the toilet minding my own business. And did you tell that to the police? Well, of course. I thought I could get a gift certificate or two out of it, maybe more. Gift certificate? I've been recruiting again for that part at the trial. You know, the trial tomorrow? This time you're gonna get it. I'm gonna work hard to get your client pronounced guilty. But Mr. Unguard hasn't done anything bad. I don't care about details like that. I know he did my dear poor Juan in. I just do. That yellow-bellied chicken? A yellow-bellied chicken? I wonder what that would look like. I trust my senses. I know when someone did something bad, and I say he did it. What did Mr. Unguard ever do to her to deserve this? What did Mr. Unguard do to you to make you so... You don't know? That guy, he framed my Juan. He created that scandal that plagued poor Juan. Mr. Nick, what is it? What's a scandal? Oh, I'll tell you about that after we get home, okay? Poor Juan led astray by the wiles of that vile temptress. Mr. Nick, what do viles and vile temptress mean? How about we just listen to what Miss Oldbag has to say for now, okay, Pearls? So, Miss Oldbag, who is this woman you're talking about? Adrian Andrews, of course. Who else? That guy. He shoved the girl into Juan on purpose. His own manager? But why? I thought lawyers were smart. It was to create a scandal, to make Juan lose face. That girl drove Juan into a scandal that dragged his reputation through the mud. Sounds like a pretty standard definition of a scandal to me. Why do you know about that anyway, Miss Oldbag? I'm one of Juan's biggest fans. I'm always out there gathering information. There's nothing I don't know. And do you have proof that Mr. Unguard did what you say he did? Next week's issue of a certain magazine says so. Ugh, of course, a tabloid. Next week, doesn't that mean it's something that people don't know about yet? Why would Miss Oldbag have information like that? And where did she get it? He he he. Do you know where this camera is? I don't have anything to say to delinquents like you, for she's climbing up the old machine. Well, we lost the autograph. Maybe Gumshoe will help us. It doesn't look like Mr. Scruffy Detective is here. Great, now even Pearls is calling him Scruffy. Thanks, Francisca. They said something about an investigation briefing earlier, right? Why don't we come back and try again later when they're done? Okay, I guess that's all we can do, right, Mr. Nick? That's my manager. Did you meet her? Yeah. What do you think? Strong woman, right? And she takes good care of me. You're such a mama's boy. Do you know anything about the camera? No. How about you? Do you know anything about this camera? I don't think Lotta would know anything. Can I examine this plate again? Dang it, Phoenix! Alright, so what do I need to show her to break her Cyclops? Why was Quan Corda murdered? Yes, me, I think you know the reason why he was killed. Hmm? Why are you hiding things? Don't you realize you're putting Mr. Ungard's life in danger by your own actions? Why do you ask questions for which I have no answers? Truth is, I was not that close to Mr. Corda. You were not that close? That's right, I've never been good at being intimate with another person. Lada, will you please answer my questions? On the night of the murder, why were you loitering around the victim's room? I told you, didn't I? For my scoop. What I want to know about are the details of this scoop. That's not something I can tell you. I mean, there's my bread and butter. Alright then, an unpleasant tabloid photographer looking for a scoop. Going to say that you were looking for into a scandal. Grr. To be that you lot of heart were looking for a break with a huge story. Perhaps an unfolding scandal between Juan Corda and this person. This woman. She's Adrian Andrews, Matt Ungard's manager. Humph. The Nickel Samurai's manager caught secretly meeting with his rival, the Jammin' Ninja. It would be the hottest story of the season, wouldn't it? You're pretty good at this guessing thing, Mr. Lawyer. But you can't just make up an old thing and think it'll make the papers. Gotta have backup. Backup? Yeah, you gotta have that. What's it? News sauce. News sauce. You mean news source? That's it. So show me something that shows that one guy had something with Miss Andrews. don't think I have anything like that. Where can I find proof of their scandal? I guess in Corda's room. There's nothing here, which is weird. I don't see anything in that room. I'd like to learn more about this scandal. But I don't know what I need to present. Are one of these cameras the camera? These cameras must belong to the press that came to cover the conference. They're all basically doing the same thing, staring at the empty stage. These cameras don't seem to be very helpful. Look at all this food that no one is eating. Can you talk to me about his manager? Hey, that's Miss Andrews. She's Matt's manager. Actually, I was interested in her for a little bit, just a little. So Mr. Powers likes this type of woman. What do you know about Miss Andrews? Well, see, here's the thing, I don't really know her, you know? There's sort of a small rumor around about her right now. A rumor? Ah, if you're interested, I'll be glad to share what I know. He's so happy, he looks like a lion that just found his next meal. Yes, tell me about this scandal. Would you mind telling me about this gossip? Ah, so you are interested in it. I figured you would be. Yeah, I have such a weakness for celebrity gossip too. Oh, really? You too, huh? Yeah, so take a look at this. Looks like a tabloid Miss Oldbag would read. Alright, let's see here. Jammin' Midnight Rendezvous to the mysterious yet beautiful manager to the stars, Miss A.A. You see now, don't you? What? You can stop pretending to be in the dark, Mr. Wright. Juan Corda didn't have a manager of his own. Which means, if we're talking about a certain manager with the initials AA, Adrian Andrews? Yes, exactly. This is big news. But it seems kind of odd that woman, Miss Andrews, together with the biggest rival of her client? Ah, it's that wonderful thing that can only happen between two people. Mr. Powers looks so happy. Pearls is just following along, not having any idea as to why she's smiling. Well, like this thing goes, one man's garbage is another man's treasure. Thank you, I'll go talk to Old Bag about it. Nope. She does not want to talk about it. I guess because she already knows about it. Alright, now we do this part. So we just skip through this. This one, yeah. Mega secret love scandal? Yeah, that sounds like it. This is the article from a certain weekly tabloid. Jammin' Midnight Rendezvous to the mysterious yet beautiful manager to the stars Miss AA. Ah! Mr. Corda didn't have a manager of his own. What's more, his rival, Mr. Unguard's manager, Adrian Andrews. She has the initials AA. You saw this article and then thought to take some pictures of them as proof. That's why you were lurking around Mr. Corda's door last night. What? You were looking into Mr. Corda and Miss Andrews' affair, weren't you? You got it. I was gonna get myself a scoop by catching him in a secret meeting. But there's already an article about it on one of the weekly tabloid magazines. It's no longer breaking news. What'd you just say? Her initials are AA. What kind of vague thing is that? That ain't no proof of nothing. People are gonna wanna see real proof. Well, at least I do. So, that's what I was doing, getting photos. Oh. I'm gonna whip out the reader's interest with some gossip and a little misleading. Then spice it up a little and have myself an exclusive story. Wow, a lot of nice journalistic integrity you got there. I already finished writing up my spicy article, you know? But the paper I wrote it on, my note to myself, it's gone. Your note to yourself? It was inside the case of my $1,600 camera. They done run off with together. I came here for my big story, didn't come here to have my treasure disappear on me. Yeah, I understand. It's enough to make a gal go bonkers, I tell ya. What's with people now, anyway? I never thought I'd see the day when someone done steal something from me. You really want that note back, don't, huh? I've got no idea why, though. The story on that note is probably a bold-faced lie. don't see the camera out here. I don't see the camera in here. Which is where you'd think it'd be. I don't see the camera in here. So where is the camera? What was her thing? You are not that. Oh. So this proves that they were close because of the scandal. You and Mr. Korda had an intimate relationship, did you not? A silly third-rate tabloid article. If you even had half your wits about you, you wouldn't believe such rubbish. Well, it seems quite a few people have already bought into this story. As to be expected in a world filled with crooks and liars. Note to self, stay on her good side. In any case, I despise interpersonal relationships like that. I see, however. What if there was a need for you to get close to someone? Me? Need to get close to Mr. Korda? As if there was ever such a need. Didn't you get close to Mr. Korda for this person's sake? For this person's sake? I don't think it'd be for this person's sake. I don't know. For whose person's sake would she get close to Mr. Korda? Alright. Maybe we can talk to Gumshoe now. Detective Gumshoe said they had an investigation briefing. Yeah. Oh, he's back. Hey, so you came, pal. Why the blunt greeting? Because there's nothing to be friendly or happy about. What do you mean by that? Well, things look perfect this time around. The evidence and testimony are alright, airtight. But, we can't just roll over and die. We have to stay positive. So what do you mean, the evidence is airtight? I can't give you all the details, pal, but there's two big pieces. Two? And both of them are in this photograph. First is the button. That's that's missing from the victim's chest. That's the button you found during your body search of Mr. Unguard. Yup, I found it in the folds of the Nickel Samurai's special pants. And the second one is the knife in his chest, pal. The fingerprints on the knife in his chest, to be exact. Fingerprints? Whose are they? You didn't even have to ask, little missy. It's obvious. They're Matt Unguard's. Tomorrow's trial. Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place. What about this airtight testimony? It's that old security lady, Miss Oldbag. Yeah, because her testimony was airtight before. I thought so. What do you mean you thought so? Did she tell you something, pal? Well... And I even told her not to open that mouth of hers and blab to anyone. Her blab knob is stuck on 10 and there's no turning it down, trust me. Yeah, well, Miss Oldbag saw it all, pal. She saw Mr. Unguard coming out of the victim's room around the estimated time of death. No way! What can I present to Gumshoe? Stuff in that glass is tomato juice, pal. Tomato juice. I heard the victim really loved that stuff. Favorite drink in the world. It was his favorite drink? First time I've heard that. We're pretty interested in this bit of gossip ourselves. The scandal with Mr. Corda, but why? Well, 2 years ago, a woman committed suicide. Suicide? Her name was Celeste Inpax. And she was Juan Corda's manager. The victim's manager? But that's not all, pal. Miss Inpax was Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. She taught Miss Andrews everything she knew about the business from square one. Her mentor was a woman who was Mr. Corda's manager and Miss Andrews' mentor. Could her suicide have something to do with this case? You want to know more about her, pal? Yes, I do. She was the victim's manager, and was also Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. It's been 2 years since her suicide, and now those two are linked again by another death. Or maybe it's just a coincidence, but I'm getting sick of dealing with one foolish idiot after another. Miss Von Karma. Can't seem to stop allying yourself with the enemy, can you? I don't need a traitor in my midst. You don't mean... I do, Scruffy. You have 30 minutes to get out of here. You are no longer needed. Goodbye. That's... Wait, please wait, sir. I don't get this month's... Quiet. If it weren't for traitors like you, I would have won. Is that what you wanted to say? What you want to say? Who? That voice. Edgeworth! It's been a long time, right? This person. This is Mr. Edgeworth? What am I going to do with you? Still blaming others when things go wrong. You haven't changed a bit, Francisca. You! How dare you show your face to me without a shred of shame upon it? You've soiled the Von Karma name, dragged it through the mud. You even ran away with your tail between your legs like the ill-bred dog you are. Are you talking about the Von Karma family creed? To be perfect in every way? Then let's hear it, Francisca. How are things going? I hear you are having a rough time maintaining perfection in this country. You seem to be getting crushed under the weight of it all. That's why I came back. Keep your assumptions to yourself. I haven't given in yet. I won't lose. This case is mine. I'll never hand it over to you. Never. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I will see you tomorrow in court. It will be a clinical lesson on the meaning of total victory. Still the same wild mare she always was. Edgeworth is back. I thought you, the prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, had gone and died. Mr. Nick! I never wanted to see you again. I think that's enough of a warm welcome for someone you haven't seen in a year. Are you going to run tomorrow's trial? You heard her, right? That wild mare hasn't given in yet, it seems. So no, I don't think I'll be making an appearance. Your hatred for me is quite unhealthy, not to mention one-sided. But I will say one thing. You can't win on your own at the trial tomorrow. What is that supposed to mean? I have something definitive that you lack. And working together is the definition of teamwork. It's the power to find the truth. The truth? In order to understand this case, you have to understand a certain truth. Well, if you ever feel the need for my assistance, it is available to you. I'm not in charge of this case, so I can be a bit more generous with the information. Just what is going on inside his head? A lot of things may have happened, however, Manfred von Karma was still my mentor. And a perfect win record is proof of a von Karma. 1 year ago, you could not establish guilt in a few cases. Those losses, the reason you suddenly disappeared. Are those losses the reason you suddenly disappeared from the prosecutor's office? Did you leave because you had lost your perfect win record? To think your motivation for prosecuting trials was so selfish. It'd been better for everyone if you never came back from the dead, Edgeworth. I see. Then let me ask you something. Why do you stand in the courtroom? What is your reason? Well, with Francisca, she almost always says, I will defeat you this time, the instant she sees me. But the courtroom is not a personal battlefield for prosecutors and lawyers. I stand in the courtroom to defend my client, to save their lives. To save your client, you say? Those who think only of their own ego-driven goals. Those kind of prosecutors are reprehensible to me. Even if you're a prodigy. Or someone like you, Edward. Looks like there is still a lot you have yet to learn. A lot I have yet to learn? Me? Well, that's enough for now. The time when you will see is coming soon enough. What's with that smug face, Edgeworth? Well, that was awesome. But we got some information. Looks like Miss Andrews isn't here. That's not good. I still have a few questions I want to ask her. She has that psych lock on her heart, right? Well, we don't have much of a choice. I guess we'll have to come back later. Hmm. Oh, it was Celeste Impacts. That was the evidence. Maybe I should ask some people about her. Do you know anything about her? I don't think you'd know anything about her. Maybe we should go to the detention center? He hasn't been very helpful. What do you think about this article? If you're talking about her thing with Juan, I always thought she was a bit careless in the way she handled it. And that's it? That's it. Oh, the music stopped. What's wrong? How much do you know? What do you mean, how much? Mr. Lawyer, I may be your client, but I hope you will keep yourself out of my personal life. No, I would never. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a lunch appointment I have to keep. You're in detention! Who in the world are you going to eat with? The security guard? I guess it's Adrian Andrews. Mr. Nick. This Celeste Impacts lady. Somehow, I get the feeling she is a very important person in all of this. Well, now I can't ask him anything. Oh man, we get the awesome music every time we go in here. but I don't think I have anything to talk to Edgeworth about. I mean, I could prevent some profiles. Edgeworth is not helpful. And you don't know anything about it. I wonder if Lotta knows anything about it. Well, I don't know who to talk to now. Maybe I could ask Edgeworth about the camera? I don't think that's gonna work. Nope. And the detention center is empty. Maybe there's something I can examine now. I don't see anything though. Seems like I got everything. Nothing seems to be important about these rooms. You know anything about this camera? Do you know anything about this camera? Whoops, I didn't want to do that twice. Since there were no psych locks, and that means we can trust Miss Jean-Garde to be innocent. I really feel much better knowing that. Ever since last night, I was so worried that I kept wondering, what if he's the real killer? What then? Hey, I have something I want to ask you, girls. Okay, what is it? Why are you so interested in how Maya and I get along? I mean, she and I don't have anything special Huh? What do you mean? But I thought you and Mystic Maya were... I've been mistaken all this time? No way! She really wasn't kidding. Pearls actually believes Maya and I are... Maybe I shouldn't have just left it alone. Mr. Nick, stop it! Don't hide your true feelings from me! Ow, she slapped me. He's not at the detention center anymore. I have no idea what to do. This guy knows nothing of their death. I'm not sure what to do here. Adrian Andrews. She holds a large secret within herself. A secret? You can't help but feel that this whole case revolves around her. This woman is another key to solving this case. Do you really think so? She was Adrian Andrews' mentor a long time ago. But she was suddenly called away by a different show and became Juan Corrida's manager. And then a few months later, Celeste Impax died. But her death was ruled as suicide, right? Yes. But there is still one riddle we've yet to solve. Solve, you mean, not solved. That's not how you English. A riddle? Her suicide note. It went missing. No one could find it. A suicide note? That just vanished, huh? Miss Impax's death was most certainly a suicide. Of that there is no mistake. However, we could not find her suicide note. That's when the police began to suspect that someone had hidden it. The suicide note? But how do you know Miss Impax had even written such a note? There was no solid evidence, however. We did find traces of ink on her right index finger, which makes the likelihood of a suicide note very high. But who would hide such a thing? The police think it was Mr. Juan Corrida himself. The victim? He was the one who found her body, which makes him the only person who had a chance to hide her suicide note. Mr. Corrida hid his own manager's suicide note, but why? As long as her note is missing, any speculation beyond this is meaningless. Now, I think you should look this over. This is the suicide report. Part 1, anyway. Part 1? I don't like to look through reports. I like suicide reports even less. Worst of all are the reports that have multiple parts, like that one. That has 2. 2 parts? What you just handed me is the first part of the report. Here's the second part. The second part of the report is about an attempted suicide. The attempter's name is Adrian Andrews. Miss Andrews? What did she do? She tried to kill herself? She doesn't seem like the kind of person to try to kill herself, though. You think she's a strong career woman? That's just what she wants you to think. Adrian Andrews. She has a certain secret she's always trying to hide. A secret? Her dependent nature. That's what she's really like on the inside. Miss Andrews is dependent? Talk about an exact opposite of what that woman is. Now it's getting good. Now that I figured out where to go. Well, you're not going to be of any help. Are you? Do you know anything about this suicide report? No. You're not helpful. Does Powers know anything about it? No. Not helpful. Alright. Lotta must know something about it. Nope. Nothing is here. Nothing is here. Well, now I'm stuck again. Does Edgeworth know anything more? Well, I have the problem of I don't know what to do again. And I'm probably gonna stop there. Since it's getting kinda late for me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next stream, where I hopefully figure out what to do. Now I gotta find someone to host.